Alrighty. Welcome to another episode of Heart of the City. As always, man, we're in the barber shop. This is City Barbers in Salt Lake City, Utah. Second home. Today, we're going to be discussing of how to find a quality barber in your area. Last time you saw me by myself, we went with a route of, say, 5 ways or 5 things you should be looking for in a quality barber. Now I'm going to help you go find that barber. As always, though, Casey, please hit that intro. Finding a quality barber in your area. I'm going to beat this into the ground if I have to, is there are quality barbers everywhere. The barber industry has improved and grown so much in the last 10 years. Education is through the roof. It's everywhere. Yeah, we all go to school. We all get our 1,000, 1,200, 1,500 hours in. We all have to go through that process. But everybody that's been through school, we all know schools teach you the bare bones minimum when it comes to the technical. It's not great. They teach you what they need to teach you, and then you're done, and it's off to the wolves. Figure it out. Gotta get that experience. But there's so much good education out there. There's so many ways to become a quality barber now. One, everybody's doing videos. Everybody's doing YouTube. Everybody's doing podcasts. There are online academies at every Instagram you look at nowadays. There's so many international educators. There's so many conventions popping up. There's platform artists everywhere. People are making a living being, educators. There's so much knowledge out there. Make sure you're sitting with somebody that knows what they're doing. Go find it, because I promise you, there's quite a few quality barbers in your area. The hard part, though, is it's a very saturated industry. Seems like everybody and their dog gets into the hair industry at one point. There's a lot of bullcrap. There's a lot of not great. There's a lot of mediocre. Because, again, schools teach you the barest minimum. Most in the industry get their schooling, get into a shop, start cutting hair. If they're lucky, they might have a mentor or two within that shop to help them. But for the most part, it's kind of on themselves. How I always like to say it, 90% of people in the hair industry cut hair the same way. It's that 10% that's giving you a quality haircut. But that 10%'s been growing. It wasn't 10% 10 years ago. That 10%, let's call them specialists. They know how to do a high quality haircut. So 1/10 of the industry out there is quality, especially if you want a specific hairstyle. What's the best of that 10%? I always kind of say it's about 2% of that industry that can do it all. That can go through all the different styles, different lengths. Doesn't matter if it's bald fade, skin fade, doing tapers. You're doing to a more classic hairstyle. If you're doing to a full hairstyle, if you're going more lifestyle, a little more flowy, being able to go more edgy, rocking a little more baby mullets with the crops, getting more fringe cuts going on, getting more face framing haircuts going on, more of the modern approach that we're seeing. There's 2% of the industry that can do it all. At the end of all this, I'm hoping that I can help you find that 2%. But no matter what, I can help you find that 10%. Every state's different. Every city's different. Where I live here, there's some quality. There's that 2% is pretty great. There's a lot of barbers that I know specifically that can do every different length, every different trend, every different style. Every state's different, though. But there's 10% out there that's a quality specialist of what you're looking for. So the first thing that you need to be thinking about as a client, as a barber, because the fun part is being a barber is you're still a client to somebody. We all get groomed up. Number one thing that you need to have is a vision. And I can say this about everything in life, but you need a vision of what you want. Think about a haircut. Keep it simple. What kind of haircut are you actually looking for? Photos help, images help, whether it's Instagram, Pinterest, TikTok, whatever you're doing to see certain styles. that's a good thing. If you want that very specific haircut on you, okay, that's a great direction to go. Being able to find somebody that can execute on that one specific style that you're looking for you, that's easy to find that 10%, honestly. So have a vision. Figure out what you're actually looking for. Where it gets a little more complicated with that vision is when, I want a quality barber shop where the whole thing's great. I want a quality service, a place that's actually taking care of me as an individual, clicking on every single box that they could be clicking on, giving me all the bells and whistles and the amenities and the hot and cold towel treatments, the quality products, the massagers, you name it. It's a little bit tougher to finding the quality services, but it's out there. I would argue the haircut is the easiest thing to find. If you have that specific haircut you want, it's pretty easy. Trying to find the other things that are high quality gives a little bit more effort that needs to be involved with all that. But the biggest thing that you as an individual need is a vision. Figure out what's important to you. What are your priorities? The haircut, the service, quality, or if you want the unicorn and you want it all, there's that 2%'s out there. That unicorn is out there that can connect the dots on every step that you're looking for. But yeah, first and foremost, have that vision. But how to find it? Good news is we all got one of these, probably in your pocket right now. It's probably in your hand. You're probably watching this on your phone right now. Use it. It's a great tool that can be utilized really, really well. First thing I want you to do, go to your Apple Maps, your Google Maps, whatever maps you use. Simple. Probably done this before. Look up barbershops near you. Obviously, you're going to be looking in your radius. Convenience is a big deal for a lot of people, but broaden that a little bit. Look at your county, look at your area, see what the barbershops are around it. The maps nowadays are so easy. It's basically a search engine in a maps. You can click on, in a half of a second, you can click on a barbershop. You're going to see their bio. You're going to see their address, their website, their reviews. It's just easy peasy to look at 20 barbershops in 10 minutes just to kind of gauge what's even around you. So judge the crap out of those barbershops. That's the first thing that you need to do. That's going to just kind of weed out the ones that you really want no attention to whatsoever. Find the higher quality barbershops in your area. How can you tell if they're higher quality? First things first, look at their name. Look at the photos that Google or Apple Maps is showing you. You can look through imagery nowadays and see how much time, energy, investment went in on that actual barbershop to make it clean, quality. It can be the style that you really, really like. There's styles that you really don't like. Every barbershop has a different environment feel to it all. Some can go more classic like us, where it's got a lot more brick, a lot more kind of the moodier, yellower lights. You're getting a lot more, I won't call them ancient, but older photographs kind of around you, making you feel like you're kind of in that more classic experience. A little bit classic, almost like you're in a cigar lounge, like you should be drinking some scotch. But there's a lot of other barbershops that, they like it really, really bright, really white, really clean. If that's something that you really enjoy being in, okay, that's a good environment that you should be looking at. Some love graffiti art, wall art, those kind of things. If that's what gets you excited, hell yeah, go to find those places that the environment looks inviting to your style, your appearance. We're all different. We all like being in different settings. We all like dressing differently. We all like looking differently. Find the environment in the barbershop that is the most appealing to kind of your style. And, try to pick the best ones in those areas. Once you've figured out, 3, 5, 10, depending on where you live, that are quality shops, at least look like they are, read the reviews. It's that easy. Look at the reviews. They got 20 5-star reviews. They got 100. They got 500. They got 1,600 5-star reviews. That's not everything, but it shows consistency. It shows a rough idea of the quality that's around as a whole. How much effort they put into taking care of their guys. Testimonials and reviews, they're good, especially when you're pretty unaware. judge the crap out of them. Read them, look at the good, look at the bad, look at it all. See how it's responded to, see what they're saying in those reviews. Is it just, oh, great haircut, I love this person. Okay, that's fine. Is it a 3-paragraph review articulating about the quality of service, the communication, the haircut, the education of it all? You want as many 5-star reviews as you can find, but also you want quality 5-star reviews. If you're having quality 5-star reviews that are really in-depth, really articulate of explaining everything, there's a good chance that the service is going to be true to that. So that's another one that you can do. Just judge the crap out of that. Look at their website. Everybody's got a website now. You have to have a website. You can see images. You can see the services that they offer. You can see, their booking platforms of how smooth it is, how clean it is. Their website is such a good idea of how everything's going to be. Like I always say, how you do one thing is how you do everything. Judge the crap of what you can see online. You have so many tools just at your fingertips to judge those individual barber shops, the quality of it all, how much the owner or the business owner invested in the actual, environment of it all, how much they've invested in their barbers. You can tell. And another thing with those websites is you can see the barbers. When you go through a website and you look through the booking software, you can see who works there, what their schedule looks like, what they offer. Most of them now have little social icons where you can click on it and you can see, their Instagram or their social media of it all. You can easily use that website to understand it all. So the number one thing that you need to do, look at the barbershops around you. We all live in certain areas. Can't move away and get you here just to have a high quality, barber shop. You only have what you have around you, but put in the effort to just judge the crap at the barber shops. Such a simple first step that you do. You got your phone, you got Google Maps, you got Apple Maps, do it and compare them. When you get your 3 or 4 that you really, really like, put them side by side, see which one stands out a little bit more. So that's a big one right there as well. So another one that we could definitely do, going off into the social medias, if you will, use it. Everybody has a social media, no matter what it is. Instagram's obviously a really big one with imageries and videos and haircuts and services in the barber industry. You obviously got TikTok, you got some Twitter, you got Facebook, I guess. You got a little bit of everything still. Use that to your advantage. When you're on the website and you can click on the individual barber, click on it. See what their social media is. See what their own website is. See what their own things that they're offering of it all. You'll be able to find out real fast if that barber is putting an extra effort to build a good professional page on social media. If that barber is creating a website that is their own individual kind of branding, their own kind of thing with it all. You'll also see the opposite when you see that barber that doesn't have any information. You click on their social icon and there's nothing there. You don't see a single shot of them in the barber shop. You don't see a haircut. They haven't posted in a year and a half. That's fine. I get it. Not everybody, we don't love social media. Most of us probably don't love social media. But you have to have something. You have to have a bio or basically that digital affirmation that this is who I am, this is what I do, this is what I offered. You don't need to be posting 700 times a day, 20 haircuts a day. If that's what gets you going and you like social media, that's great. There's obviously a niche for everybody. But judge their social media. Again, how they do one thing is how they do everything. You can see what type of barber they are, what they care about most, how much integrity they have, how much focus they have on the cutting, the service of it all. Barbers post what they want to do. Everybody does. Any artist out there, they're going to post what they want to do. They're not going to post the haircut that they didn't enjoy. They're not going to post a bunch of kid haircuts if they don't want to be taking care of a lot of kids. They're not going to be posting, mediocre stuff. Obviously, they're going to be posting quality, but they're posting stuff that they want to do. If you look at somebody's page and you like the haircuts you're seeing, you like the images that you're seeing, the videos that you're seeing, the clips that you're seeing, you can get a good taste of who you will be sitting with in the chair before they even know who you are. You could do so much research on an individual barber before they even know who you are, before you book an appointment, before you know anything. Compare those barbers. Really see what they're doing, how much attention they're putting into their own brand, how much effort they're putting into everything there. If they're not putting any effort into their own brand, not that it's a blanket statement, but, you know, how much effort are they going to be putting into you? I get it. Most of us don't like social media. Definitely don't like posting and creating and doing everything. It's not fun. And the people that do just love and obsess over it, it doesn't make sense to us. It's not enjoyable. Most of us, it's a drag to post, to do anything there. But you have to have something. You have to have a journal or a diary of people to go into that can know what you're offering, know the quality barber that you actually are. So use that tool. Use those social medias. Another one, in the social medias, search for your area. You know, they're cool thing about hashtags or locations. You can look in your area to kind of see what you're doing. Doesn't matter. Barbershop, any other artists out there, search it in that social media, whether it's a hashtag or location. Go through those photos and those videos. You'll see, ooh, I really like that haircut. Let me click on that. Let me see their profile, judge it. Ooh, actually, I like that haircut, but I don't like the rest. Go back to the Explore page. Use the Explore page. You know, it's meant to be explored. It's meant to get you to get an idea of what's around you, what's possible. Cool thing about that, you find an image or a video that you like, that you really connect with. You can click on it. You see their page. You can click on their website. You can click on their booking system. You can see where they're located at. You can see everything that they're offering right there. So use social media as that tool. And such a good way to, I always use tattoo artists for an example on this one. If you like their page and you like a high percentage of all the photos or videos that you're seeing, you like their work. Every single artist out there can only give you their representation of what you're asking for. Nobody can give you a cookie cut, I want this haircut, I want this tattoo, I want this one. Maybe they don't want to do a cookie cut, they want their own representation, but they didn't do that last. If you show them a photo that they didn't do, and it's not you in that chair, it is impossible to have the exact same recreation. They have to give you your representation and their representation of it all. Haircuts is such an easy example. Even if you like a haircut and a style that you see of that barber or on that imagery, they can only give you their version of what your hair will allow them to do with that haircut. That's still a good step, though. Use those haircut photos. Use those videos. It does help knowing what you're looking for, what type of haircut you want to go for. Images are an amazing thing to help with the consultation, makes the barber know where your mind is actually at. But your hair type is going to be different than the photo on the chair. Your growth pattern is going to be different than the photo that you're showing. Your head shape is going to be different than the photo that you're showing. All of those things are variables. It all goes into it all. But seeing the images that you like from that barber, one, it lets you know that they can accomplish it. Two, it lets you know that you like their actual style and work for it all. That's a good way. You know, use their social media to really figure out what's going on. You know, next step that I really like to do is, if you've ever had, I've done this quite a bit with some clients that have moved away or that are moving away. If you've ever had a barber or a stylist that you really trust, that you really like, that really impressed you, and you've moved out somewhere else, you're in a different state, you took a job elsewhere, other things are going on, keep it simple. Reach out to that person. DM them. Text them if you still have their number. Ask them, hey, I'm in Vegas now. You know, do you know, or what are your best recommendations in this area? Or I'm out in London, or I'm out in New York, I'm out in Seattle. A lot of us know other people around the country and around the world that we can trust for quality-wise. One, if we've taken care of you before, we know what you like, we know how your hair is, we know what your expectations are, you know what you're used to with us, especially if, you know, you're getting a high-quality experience with us, you have that expectation of high quality. reach out to an old barber that you've trusted and ask them. And it might be one where they might not be best friends with anybody in a barber in Chicago, but they might not have enough resources to either ask around, to be able to get you good information. They might be able to send you, hey, here's 3 or 4 that I've kind of follow or I've discovered on my own that I like what they're doing. I can see what they're doing. You know, you're getting a specialist to look at other specialists to refer that to you. You know, us barbers, when we look at hair all day, every day, you know, we're doing 10 hours of looking at hair for years and years and years. You know, a lot of us have, you know, thousands of hours, 2,000 plus, 20,000 plus hours, depending on how long they've been doing it, of looking at hair. We got that barber's eye. We know what we're looking at way more than the average Joe. You're not looking at hair all day, every day. Your Instagram isn't filled of haircuts and looking at how everything's growing out and how everything's going. We have the eye to do that. So we can easily search an area for you too, and at least get you some, you know, some raw ideas of how to go, where to go to get it all. And this is going to kind of tie to this one and the last one, is if you see those barbers that you're looking at their websites, you're looking at their Instagrams, that you like what they're doing, or a past barber that you've trusted, DM them, hit them up, ask them a question. You know, if they're not willing to put in a little bit of effort to respond to you of what you're looking for, what's a priority for you, answering those questions, it's such a simple way to potentially get a new client, to help out somebody. DM them. Don't be afraid to do it. It's such a good way to understand, okay, how much effort is this person willing to put into me? Are they willing to help me? Especially if it's a past barber. Like, yeah, you're not sitting with them anymore, but, you know, if you moved away, you know, you got a new opportunity, that's okay. Reach out to them. They should be to help you out. And most barbers that I've met in this industry, we like helping people. That's why we're in this industry in general. Whether it's there to help ourselves, whether it's here to help our barbershop that we're a part of, or whether it's just to help a person that we actually care about. People get into this industry for a reason, and a high majority, they're passionate about helping people, whether they can articulate it that well, whether they know it that in-depthly. You know, you don't just get called by happenstance to become a barber, especially if you're 5+ years, 10 years deep into a career. You have that calling, you have that desire to actually help people and improve people. So such a simple way to get a little extra help. Reach out to somebody in your area. Reach out to that barber in your area that you're considering, that you're thinking about. Not that you need to go a full in-depth interview on them, but kind of ask them what they're thinking. Ask them like, hey, here's my concerns that with past haircut experiences, or hey, I really like these photos that you're going on, but, you know, what do you think about somebody with, you know, receding hairlines or losing their hair? Or there's so many questions that you can do, and don't be afraid to ask it. It's such a 10 seconds out of your day to do it, but it can go a long way with you actually building like a high quality relationship with a barber. It can really make sure you're getting taken care of. And lastly, ways to find a quality barber in you. It's kind of old school. It's talking to people. It's referrals. You know, when you see a friend, a coworker, especially somebody if you've got a relationship with, it's a little bit easier. If you like their haircut, if you like what you're saying on them, that is such a good example of, man, I want that haircut on me. I really like that. Talk to them. You know, ask them where they got it done. Ask them how they feel about that barber. You know, is it somebody that they've been with for a couple years? Is it a newer barber, new barber shop in the area? You know, when you see somebody out in the real world and you like what you're seeing with that haircut or that style of it all, talk to them. Everybody loves a compliment. When you're mentioning that, man, I like your haircut, looks really good. You know, where did you get that? And you're talking to them. It makes that stranger or that friend feel good. Everybody likes a little bit of attention and compliment for what they're doing there. It makes all of us feel a little good. But that's such an easy way to improve your quality game, to find that barber that you're actually getting that quality haircut and that quality experience from. Like I said, there's a lot of talent out there, but you do have to try to find it yourself. You do have to put in a little bit of work to find that 10% that knows what they're doing. Seeing somebody that has a hairstyle that you like, that's such an easy way to know, like, okay, I like that. I want I want to sit with that person because I really, really like that hairstyle. Social media. Ooh, I really like that haircut. I really like that style into there. Especially when it comes to a haircut, that 10% of the quality in this industry that's giving you a technically high quality, great haircut, that's the easy part. That's honestly not that bad. You have so many tools to see haircuts that you like, and you want your version of that. To get that 2%, though, to get the quality haircut, to get the quality booking experience, to get the quality brand and barbershop, to get the quality service, to an earlier point, I always say there's 10 things to being a barber. Number 10 is cutting hair. There's 9 more important things to be a high quality barber. Yes, we want number 10 to be a great number 10. It's a big number 10, and it does need to be executed. That's not taken away from that. But there's 9 more important things. How well do they communicate with you? How well do they listen to your needs and your questions? How well is their whole process? You're going to feel something, remember? How did you feel when you booked with them? How did you feel when you looked at their social media, their website, their booking platform? When you try to contact them, how did that make you feel? How was everything? When you walked into the barbershop, how did they make you feel when you walked into that? When you're sitting in their chair, how did they make you feel? Did they make you feel like you're the most important person in the world right there? They make you feel that you're the only thing that mattered to them? Because they should. Are they executing on the amenities, the bells and whistles? What are you getting with the haircut? You getting a high quality haircut, and that's it, and you're just getting sent on your day? Are you getting haircut, razor kind of lined up, or getting razor work to really clean off the finishes? We're barbers. We should all be using straight razors. That should be happening with every person in your chair. Are they using hot and cold towel treatments? Are they using high quality products on you where they can actually explain it all? Are they other bells and whistles? Are they shampooing and conditioning your hair? Is there towel treatments going along with that? Are they, nowadays with Hypervolt and all these, body massage guns, are they using something like that on your shoulders? Those are things that are happening in the industry. You should be experiencing all of that. You should try to find that 2% that is executing on 1 through 10. Yes, find the 10% that's executing on number 10, on the technical side of those haircuts. It goes a long ways. Get rid of the 90%. That's the garbage. That's the masses. That's the mediocre. You don't need that. With that 2%, it's going to be more than just a haircut. It's going to be that experience and time. It's going to be that relationship that you can build with for years and years and years. It can be generational with how quality that is there as well. So make sure you're getting 1 through 9 executed as well. And when you have that 2%, probably the best thing that you can take with you forever besides the enjoyment and the feeling of high quality, trends are going to change. Styles are going to change. Your preferences are going to change. One year you're going to want nice, clean, short, polished up haircut. Another year you're going to want to grow it out. Try going a little medium flow, get a little extra texture in there, get a little more lifestyle vibing with it. One time you're going to wake up and say, you know what, I want to grow it out. I want to get middle of my back. I want to see what that's like. When you're with a barber that is in that 2%, you can do it all. You don't have to find another specialist to execute on a different type of style. You can use that same barber for every single style in between. Like I said, there's some high quality barbers out there. 10% of them high quality, but they're really good at what they're good at. You ask them to do something very out of their box, that's when things get a little bit back to the mediocre and the less quality. But there are that 2% that can execute it on it all, that understand shape, understand how hair can work and be manipulated, understands how to read your hair growth pattern. Everybody's growth pattern is different. Your hair growth pattern is different than every single person on this planet. You got different calyx, you got different texture to it all, you got different hair types, different color tones, different density concerns. Everybody's different. You need somebody that knows how to see all that, notice all of that, know how to work within all of that, but most importantly, knows how to communicate that with you, knows how to manage your expectations of what you think your hair can do versus what your hair can actually do. The goal is to find that 2%. When you want the more modern fringe, curtain bang, a little bit of flow in the back, more face framing, if you want that, you should be able to get that with your barber that you have right now. If you want to go shorter and get a little more polished up, a little more clean, whether that's more of a classic haircut, whether that's going really tight, whether you're going, fades or tapers, you should be able to sit with the same person that can execute all of that. When you want to go a little more lifestyle, when you're like, don't want to put a ton of effort into this. I want my hair to kind of listen to what I want it to do. I want to put in minimal effort with it all. You should be able to get the same barber and stylist to do everything in between. And that one time that you want to grow it out and see what it's like to have shoulder length hair, you should have a barber that can carry you along every single step along that to make it as comfortable as possible and to do it. It should be able to style and grow out well. That's what the 2% has to offer. From this episode and from a previous episode when we talked about the 5 ways to know that you're sitting with a quality barber, if you put these together, you're going to be able to find that 2%. You deserve that 2%. There's a lot of quality out there in this industry, more than ever before. We need to make sure that you're taking advantage of that and you're getting something that makes you feel good, that makes your life feel better, that gets you something excited about doing. The barber industry has so much potential to impact the world in a positive way. We get easy access to 50+% of the world, just like that. And now that there's a lot more hairstyles that are going on, a lot more modern hairstyles, there's a lot more women that are going, whether it's shorter haircuts, whether it's they don't want the colors, they don't want the extensions, they want a different type of haircut. We're seeing a lot more of those women come into barbershops right now that want a high quality haircut. Obviously, nothing against stylists. There's plenty of stylists. Keep on killing it, doing your thing. Do your cuts and colors, do your extensions, do your cuticle treatments. Nothing bad about that. Every individual should do what they want to do, whatever makes them feel the best version of themselves. But we're seeing so many more types of people, different genders coming into the barber shop world as well. There's people that can execute on all the above. So let's put in a little bit of effort. Let's have high standards to make sure that we improve the industry, us as barbers and professionals ourselves, or as clients, make sure that you have high standards, because all that's going to do is just pump up the quality from everybody from the baseline all the way up. And also, put in a little bit of effort to find that quality barber around you. There's tools to get that. There's tools to connect with people and to ask around to figure out where the quality barbers, stylists are around you. Let's improve. It makes me excited just knowing that things are getting higher quality and have been on that higher quality over the last decade or so. But the big one is everybody's a consumer. Everybody's a client to a barber, to a professional somewhere. Let's step our game up. Let's have high expectations and high standards, and let's make sure we're improving. Alrighty. Thanks for listening to another episode of Heart of the City. As always, we'll see you again soon. Thank you.